Welcome to week 4 of the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. We're going to start the show, as you just heard, National Anthem, or as we one day away from Patriots Day, as we remember those that sacrificed, our first defenders, our military members that sacrificed their lives on 9/11. It's hard to believe, Marty, how that's been 24 years ago.
Bill, it's very sentimental to me because I can remember exactly where I was at. I think most people do, but that's one of the main reasons I actually came into the military. I actually experienced that situation 5 weeks before I went to basic training. So the inspiration that we all had when I was at basic training was a different level because everyone that was coming in at the time, I had 60 people within my flight, Bill. We all knew we were going to deploy as soon as we got to our home station. So every time I hear the national anthem, I get chills.
I do too. The hair stands on my – well, a little hair I have on my arms. But we got a special night here tonight, not only being the day before Patriots Day, but we're going to have the principal of Navarre, Casey Winfelder, is going to come on. I used to actually work with her husband years ago in the 6th SOS out at Duke Field.
Young Casey.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that as we go on. I'm not going to release the beans, even though most everybody knows what's going on.
Yep.
And then we're going to bring in new Navarre head boys basketball coach Todd Aerosmith.
Man, Bill, I've heard so many great things about him. So I'm going to call out Brian Lester real quick, give him a shout-out. As soon as he got hired at Navarre High School, Brian sent me a message, said it was a home run hire. So when he said that, he has a lot of credibility with us, obviously. But seeing what's transpired since he joined the team, specifically with some of the basketball players that we're blessed to know and have great relationships with, they're super excited about the transition, and they want to show Navarre that we can play some basketball as well.
Well, you know what that means probably in the future, that we might have to dabble into a little bit of basketball broadcasting as well. I've done – Marty, I've done football. I've done boys and girls soccer. I've done volleyball. I've done basketball, boys and girls. I've done softball, and I've done baseball. And I've dabbled a little bit, with volleyball probably being the toughest one to broadcast. But who knows? Our future right now, we're looking at doing some games in the spring for Navarre Raiders softball. And we got to figure out all the logistics there, where we're going to be set up. More than likely up on the top row of the stadium. Yeah. And have our camera, because that way we can get the picture of the whole field and everything. And Bob and I and you will be doing some softball games this fall.
I'll tell you what, Bill.
This spring.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Just because I know everything happens for good reason. You retiring at this moment, us collaborating and building our team, right? I'm not surprised or shocked that we're going to have the time to do it, and that it's coming up, organically. So very exciting times in the Northwest Panhandle.
Before we talk about our picks coming up here, we got the Raiders. Debbie checking in as
Miss
always.
Debbie.
She's Miss Consistent, and unlike her Bama team,
I have to do something that I don't want to do, Bill.
What's that? No, you're not going to do it. No.
Roll Tide. Man, that hurt.
Wow.
I'm a Georgia fan, y'all.
I think that hurt me more than it hurt you.
It hurt, and Bill didn't know it was going to happen, Debbie.
I did not. But I want to thank Debbie. She's been a strong supporter of Navarre Sports and IrishBillSports.com. And when we needed a little bit of help financially, Debbie checked up. And that's the only time that I will say those two words.
Well, it's funny that
but this week I'm going to say, Roll Badgers.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Bill. I actually had a conversation with Miss Debbie, and she wanted to bring some value to Legacy as well. So we're blessed in multiple facets with Debbie.
Before we go on, that young man that just waved to me, that's Mr. Lonnie Ennis. We were actually stationed together at Wright Pat back in 1985.
Bill, are you serious?
Yes, and he's been down here. He moved down here a while ago as well. He works for the school system. He was a services guy. But we actually, him and a couple of us, went to Myrtle Beach on a spring wake one year. But I've known Lonnie since about 1985.
That's the thing I love the most. And we talk about networking all the time, Bill, and how important it is, right, to make connections, not only for yourself but for others as well. So to see that and to hear these stories and you knowing so many people, It excites me, man.
But I mean, just tell you how long ago, that was 40 years ago. The last year that the Bears won a Super Bowl was in 1985. So that's how long I've known Lonnie.
Bill, and it's so important, right? I mean, especially for those that are watching right now. We communicate with younger athletes and younger students all the time about the importance of organically building relationships and networking. You just never know when you're going to have to cross a bridge, and it just goes to show it's a smaller world than we think it is, Bill.
I mean, he'll text in during Friday night games. A lot of time he loves to hunt, so he'll text in from his blind wherever he's out hunting at. So this is Lonnie from down at wherever. But it's good to see him here at Buffalo Wild Wings tonight. I want to thank Braden Hills for letting us come in every Wednesday night and bring you the coaches show. Normally we would have Coach Bagley or we're supposed to have Coach Gannis, but they're focused on their game ahead this Friday night against Mosley. Always a big game when they're playing Mosley.
It is. And I'm proud of the coaching staff. I know it's been really tough early on in the season. There's a whole lot of naysayers, a lot of people that's speaking about things they really don't know about or should be concerned with. And I'm very excited about how they responded. So to see them tonight take the game plan this serious and want to get ready and give someone else an opportunity to come on. And it was perfect timing, right?
Most
perfect
definitely.
Timing having Casey Winfelder and the new head coach for the basketball team in Navarre. I'm excited.
Yeah, I was out in Pensacola with my son Brady last week, and I get a text, and I look down, it's Coach Aerosmith. And he said, yeah, he goes, I'd like to come on the show and talk about what's the direction of our program or the way that it's going and everything. I said, well, let me check with Coach Bagley. This is his show. We kind of bring in our staff based on who he wants to bring in. So he said, cool. And then someone came up for Coach Gannis, and so I said, hey, Coach, how would you like to come on Wednesday night? He was a little under the weather, but he took his meds this morning, and he's good to go. So a new relationship being built.
Hey, man, and it's not a coincidence. We talk about synchronicities, Bill.
All the time.
And this is supposed to happen. Let's go.
Most definitely. Here's our games this week. We're going to go with high school games real quick. Then we'll go to commercial break, and then we'll come back with Principal Casey Winfelder. Thursday night game 1. They usually change these up. I may have 2 or 3 games on Thursday night. I don't know. Well, anyways, Washington at Fort Walton Beach. Last week, Fort Walton Beach was Bob's only loss. His alma mater. He went 28-1 last week. We're all going with the Wildcats on the road. Mosley at Navarre. Bob and I stick with the home team in that one. Tate at Milton. We got a mix here. Bob and yourself are going with Milton at home to go 4-0.
That was a tough decision.
Joe, Paul, and I are going with the Aggies on the road. They seem to be firing on all cylinders right now. Pine Forest, a team that we thought was going to do well, but they got a tough schedule. They're going to Choctaw, and they will not beat Choctaw on the road. So we're all going with the Indians at home. Crestview at Niceville, all going with the Eagles. They're going with the youth movement over there at Niceville.
Yep.
Southmore quarterback, freshman running back. Montgomery Catholic traveling 170 miles down to the Pensacola Catholic. We're all going with the Crusaders at home. Walton going over to West Florida. And I'm out on an island by myself with this one. I'm going with West Florida. The rest of you guys are going with the Walton Braves. I was impressed with West Florida's win last week, 20-point win over Fort Walton last week. Arnold going to South Walton. South Walton has not been on the road yet. This is their third straight home game to start the season in their brand new stadium. We're all going with the Seahawks at home. Escambia at Bay, same here. It's the Bay Tornadoes at home. We're all going with them. Rickards at Childs. I originally took Rickards, but I changed my mind yesterday, so we're all going with the Timberwolves at home. Godby at Sewanee. Bob and I are going with Godby's. Joe, Paul, and Marty. That sounds like a band. And sort of like the Beatles. John, Paul, and Ringo and all those guys. Well, you guys are going with Sewanee at home. Sewanee's been struggling a little bit on offense here to start the season.
Yeah.
Destin at Pensacola. Paul's the only one going with the Tigers at home. Gaston County going up in your neck of the woods to Douglas, Georgia. And Bob's going with Gaston County, who hasn't played a game in about 3 weeks. with all the issues that they've been having over there. So we're all going with coffee except Bob. And I'm not a coffee drinker, but I got to take coffee in this one.
They're physical.
Man. And they're young because I had a chance to talk with Coach Bo Johnson there. I think he's their defensive line coach, and he used to coach over at Bluntstown. He said they're young, but they got a lot of talent. So next we're going Rutherford to Holmes County. Holmes County has lost 3 straight close games. Joe thinks they're going to lose a 4th, but the rest of us are going with Holmes County at home. Columbia at Madison County, tough place to play at Boot Hill, but Columbia is off to a good start, and we're all going with the road team in that one. Taylor County off to an undefeated start, 3-0. They're going to North Florida Christian. We're going with the Bulldogs there. Jay at Baker, the war on I-4. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah,
I think I heard you mention that last year.
It's a battle. The towns are separated by I-4, and it's been known as the war on I-4. So we're all going with Baker in that. Coach Brunson's got a team that's throwing the ball this year for the first time. As long as I can remember, they're a running team. So we're all going with Baker. Northview at Central, no contest here. Sorry, Coach Surratt. An old assistant coach at Navarre. Still getting that program underway over there. Chipley at Vernon, the 100-man Vernon team. We're all going to go with Chipley to stay unbeaten, to go to 4-0 in that one. North Bay Haven at Graceville. Graceville didn't have a program last year. They're back playing this year. Paul and Bob are going with the home team. The rest of us are going with North Bay Haven on the road. McClay traveling to Georgia, another Florida team going to Georgia. Same result as the previous one we picked. We're all going with Valwood. I don't know much about Valwood or even where they're at.
They're in Valdosta.
Okay. It's not a far travel, man.
You already know. They're feeding Valdosta State. They're good.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we got Port St. Joe at Bluntstown. Both teams unbeaten. That's always a tough game. We're all going with the Bluntstown Tigers in that one. Bozeman at Mariana. We're split here. Bob and Marty going with Bozeman. The rest of us going with Mariana for their first win on the season. Cottondale, after going out to Freeport. Freeport, what a game last week over at Northview. Trailed 43-28 early in the fourth quarter. Ran off 20 straight points on a connection between Carter Nunes and Julius Miles. If you haven't seen this Julius Miles play, he's about 6'4", 6'4.5", wide receiver. And if you throw it the ball, he's going to come down with it. They double-teamed him all night, wore him down, and he took over in the fourth quarter.
It's good to see a team utilizing that size, Bill.
Most definitely. Where have I heard that before? Anyway, well, then we're going to go over to Sneads. They're hosting FAMU. FAMU just kind of dials it in every year. Not many wins. We're all going with Sneads at home, the Sneads Pirates. Liberty County at Franklin County, the Seahawks. 1 win 2 years ago. They went 9 wins last year, and they're off to an undefeated season so far. We're going with the Seahawks of Franklin County. It's over in East Point, Florida. It's right before you get to the curve into you head down south along the coastline. Apalachicola past that way, and yeah, I've been down there once. It's along about 3 hours from here. And then Jefferson County at Trenton. We're all going with Trenton, who's eked one out last week in a very, very tight contest against I'm trying to remember who that they played last week. I got that right. It was a 21-20. They played Osceola Christian last week. But there's our high school games, and we'll go over to college later with Bob. We're going to head out for our commercial break. And anything you got on your mind, Marty, before we head out?
Just be grateful that we live in this area. Love your family, love your friends, and just make sure you're continuing to check on everyone every single day. And
remember what tomorrow is. And if you see a first responder or military member, thank them for their service. This area is a special area that we live in. We get to be amongst the people, the military, the first responders. So if you see any out and about, or if you want to see a special ceremony of it over at Navarre High School where they actually read off all of the names of those that lost their lives in New York City, stop on by. They put on a great event over there at Navarre High School in the morning. We're going to head out commercial break, and when we come back, we will have Principal Casey Woodfelder for the first time on the Irish Bills Sports Show.
It's exciting times in Northwest Florida.
We'll be right back.
Sometimes all you need to change your life is a sign.
Like an actual sign that's like above you.
And no, I don't love B-dubs just because I'm a buffalo with wings. Frankly, that's offensive and reductionist. It's like they made beer into a place and gave that place sports and chicken wings.
And the people, the best.
Marty! You're dead weight! Yeah, this place is kind of like heaven. You know, without needing to get hit by a bus. Let's go sports bar!
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishVilleSports.com.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. A buying, building, or refinancing a dream home is in your future. You need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes, Stacy Wright, and Sheila Billingham are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or refinancing experiences smooth. So University Lending at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call us at 850-396-0322.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
The Hustle isn't named after anyone, not after a designer, definitely not after a mythological god. It's not about stripes or ranking or status. The Hustle is real. The Hustle is about you. So keep in mind when you're repping and rocking Hustle Hard USA streetwear, you can tell all the onlookers that this mark, this brand represents your hustle, your grind. You put in that time, that sweat, that pain. Now it's up to you to show them all what you got. Win or lose, the hustle is real. Go to www.hustlehardusa.com and I can guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. Navarre Fitness is where old school meets new. Whether you're into free weights or the latest and greatest weightlifting equipment, they will meet your needs. They have cardio machines as well if you want to get your sweat on. Whatever direction you decide to go, trainers Clay Horton, Brick Grubbs, Andrew Coase, and Stephanie Hunt will be there to assist you along the way. So what are you waiting for? Oh yeah, how do I join? Just go to navarrefitness.net and check out our rates or call us at 850-816-5434. You can even stop by our location at 8700B Navarre Parkway in Navarre. You can also visit our sister gym, Midway Fitness, at 5660 Gulf Breeze Parkway, Unit 1. Both facilities are open 24/7. We are the place to go to get you started on the road to a better you.
Far and wide, keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic.
This is Bob and I's theme song.
I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
The chores.
The stores.
Fresh air.
Times Square.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, city life.
Green Acres, we are there.
Welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. At this time, we have a special guest joining us for the very first time on the show, Principal Casey Winfelder. Welcome.
Hi, Bill. Thank you for having me.
I am so glad that when I contacted you this afternoon, because we wasn't sure if Coach Airasmith was going to come on or not. So,
I'm glad to be
I
here.
messaged you, and here you are.
Bam.
Some news that just came out yesterday.
Yes.
You will be the new principal at the new high school, Soundside High School, the Hurricanes.
Yes.
Is it going to? How's that going to? Is it going to be tough getting used to not saying it's greater to be a Raider?
Yes, because it is greater to be a Raider, and man, that decision to move over to Soundside next semester was a very difficult one. I think those who know me here in the community, I've been here on and off almost 20 years.
Wow.
I just, I am so devoted to Navarre High School and love my Raiders so much. And so I am thankful that this new school will serve.
But it's only like 6
I know,
miles
it's just
down the road.
I love, though, that this new school will, even though the zoning lines haven't been approved by the school board or even decided yet, I anticipate that this new school will house both Navarre and Gulf Breeze kids, which is basically what I serve right now at Navarre and Gulf Breeze kids.
Sort of like with what they did with Woodlawn. My son went to Woodlawn and then
Navarre
ended up going to Navarre High School and everything. But, I mean, you go back. When did you actually start at Navarre High School, and what was your role there?
Okay. Well, I started in 2006.
Wow.
I came down here on a whim right after college because I knew the boys basketball coach. His name was David Knowles. And he was a gentleman who was retired from coaching college basketball. We knew our families knew each other when he was coaching up in my small town in North Dakota.
And you coach basketball as well,
I did,
correct?
Yeah, so I coached boys basketball with him. The varsity assistant coach was my role, and I taught ninth grade and senior English.
Okay.
And I did that for a couple years, and then I met my husband, Charles who was
who
stationed
I
at
used to work
Hurlburt.
with.
That's right. And the military moved us to Patrick Air Force Base, which is now Space Force.
Yep.
So we lived over in Melbourne for about 2 years. And then I begged him, please get me back to Navarre. I love Navarre High School so much. Get me back there. And so he was blessed enough to get back to Hurlburt Field. And so I was at Navarre then from 2010 to 2014.
Wow.
And then I left in 2014 to go to Holly Navarre Primary, just over here near the post office.
Okay.
And I was their assistant principal for 2 years. And I love that school. And then I was transferred to Navarre High School to be the assistant principal. So I've just kind of come and gone from Navarre,
with Brian
third time's a
Nowak
charm.
as a principal at that time.
Yes.
And Brian's doing great things now.
Yeah.
Continues to do great things.
Absolutely.
But he even says once in a while, he says, it's still greater to be a Raider.
That's
even though he's not at Navarre anymore. He even chimed in on our post that we had a couple of weeks ago. When the opportunity, was this brought up to you saying this is a possible opportunity, or did you have to actually put in for the job?
Yes. This was an opportunity that has kind of been, on the horizon for a very long time because the school started to be built, I think, around maybe 2 years ago.
No more flea market.
Yeah, no more flea market. That's gone.
That was
the
there
sign
forever.
is still there, I think, actually. We'll have to deal with that. But anyway, this is something that has kind of been on the horizon for a while and been dripped as a possibility. And it was hard for me to even wrap my head around that or wrap my heart around that because I'm just so invested and devoted to Navarre.
Right.
And then when the time came that, hey, like a decision needs to be made, like, Dr. Barber had confidence in me to do it and the school board had confidence in me to do
Dr.
it.
Barber.
And yeah, me too. And I just thought, you know what, like the opportunity train is here, and I've always kind of looked at it, at my role as jump on the train when it passes by. Otherwise, you know, you miss out on an opportunity.
You don't know when the train's going to come back, if it ever does.
So I've never really been out. Any of the positions that I've been in throughout my 19 years in education, I've never really sought them out. They have just kind of happened when it's meant to be, and I've just kind of been able to
I don't know if you know
capitalize on an opportunity.
my better half, Brenda Kay, was actually got her degree in elementary education.
I'm not surprised by that at all. And she's so sweet.
She moved to Ohio with her first husband, and she worked in Middletown, Ohio, which is just south of Dayton. She taught first grade for a year, but they would not let her teach. You know how vibrant my wife is.
Yes.
They would not let her teach the way she wanted to teach.
Oh,
so
she
taught for a year. And so she went to a recruiting agency, a job recruiting place, and they placed her. She sold yellow page advertisements for years.
Gotcha.
Nobody knows what yellow page advertisements are anymore.
The phone book.
Phone book, yeah. Well, anyways, they ended up recruiting her back and to start their medical headhunter. She's was a medical headhunter. Then I got assignment. We met, and then we moved down here. We've been down here since 1991.
Awesome.
And I'm now retired. Actually, officially, I'll be retired at the end of this month. And then she's going to follow out the door at the end of the year, but she's not going to stop working.
Yeah, because she's a headhunter right now, right?
Yeah, she's a headhunter right now still. Working outside sales for one of our sponsors, Express Employments.
Gotcha.
And but she's going to be moving on that, and she's going to go to work for our financial manager.
Okay.
She's got like a mediator for divorces.
Okay.
And so I might even come in a loop, as they may want to do a podcast and they want me to produce.
That would be cool.
So, but I just tying the old education back with you a little bit.
I appreciate that.
And it seems like everywhere you go in Navarre, if there's a breakfast, there's a game, you're there. And I think that's really important that the community sees that they have a principal that's committed to their children and to their school.
Absolutely. And honestly, that's the best part of the job, is getting to be out in the community and plugging in with students, not only at the school, but also in their endeavors throughout the community, whether it's through athletics or a lot of students do community service out in our community and the surrounding area. One of the things, I don't know if you follow us on Facebook, one of the things that I love to do is when I am like at BWW here, for example, or at any sort of restaurant.
Well, last night, the lady weightlifting team was over at Culver's doing their fundraiser, and we had them there.
But I love it because I take pictures wherever I see any of our Raider alum or current Raiders, and I do a little spread every now and then on Facebook of all of our Raiders out in the workforce helping the community and the economy. And I just love that. I love seeing them out in their element outside of the school atmosphere. And they know, like, Miss Winfelder's going to ask us for a picture. So, hey, you better get everybody from that McDonald's, kitchen back there up here, because I'm taking your picture.
Yeah, I've been trying to Coastal Cowgirls, a new our good friend Ashley. She runs that over there.
Yeah.
And she messaged me last night. They just hired a new chef. You might remember the name Alex Eastwood. He's going to medical school, but he is their top chef over at Coastal Cowgirl
very cool.
now.
I love that.
And she goes, well, what's his favorite? He pulled up an old game that we did years ago, and I called his name on the broadcast, but it was like that was pretty.
She
pretty,
got a
pretty
good
cool.
one. Ashley got a good one.
Ashley's incredible. her husband Ryan. I'm still trying to get Happy Joe's to come aboard as well. That's got to be nice to have them right down at the end of the street.
Yeah, for sure.
A place for people to go after the ball games.
Yeah, for sure. Jonah is, I think, he's a part owner, and he's been plugged in trying to. And
they're also from Iowa.
Yes, because we had a Happy Joe's.
Us Midwesterners are starting to grow in numbers down here.
Yeah, we have one in Fargo, where my twin sister lives in Fargo still, and there's a Happy Joe's.
But we thank all of our sponsors here for the last. University Lending. Stacy Wright and Jennifer Gomes, they've been with me as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
They're very supportive. So going in, you're going to be starting. So this is your last semester at Navarre High School, correct?
This is, yep.
So you're going to go out with a bang.
Ending year 5, yep, as the principal.
And in the process, we brought in a new basketball coach who we're going to talk to here in a little bit.
I'm super proud
I've
to have
heard
hired
nothing
Todd.
but great things about him.
Yes.
And I know Golf Breeze was not very happy that he left, but I
Sorry,
don't care.
Golf Breeze.
He's a Raider now.
Yeah,
no longer a
he
Breezer.
Was ready, yeah, he was ready for a head coaching position. Bottom line, he was ready, and the opportunity was there, and he seized it, and he's going to do a great job. He already is doing a great job, and it's only the off season still.
So there's no news yet on who will be replacing you, but you'll be starting over there in January, and you're going to have your hands full right off the bat.
Yes.
Starting off a brand new school, hiring your administrative staff.
Yes. A bookkeeper. That's probably going to be one of my first hires. A bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper, most definitely. That's important.
Yeah.
But what do you look forward to as the most with this opportunity?
I think, the past 24 hours has been really emotional with the change that has been announced, and I've really been focusing on Navarre and making sure that my students and my parents and my faculty feel the love and know how much I love and appreciate them. And so I haven't spent as much of the time over the past 24 hours looking forward yet. Yeah. But I will say one of the things that I am excited about being challenged to do is to build Soundside to be just as amazing as Navarre High School is.
That's
my
goal.
It is a tall order, but that is truly my goal, to make it to put it on the map, like Navarre High School has been put on the map.
That's your side of things.
Yeah.
How is Charles and your daughter? Are they as excited as you about the new opportunity?
Yes, they are. They're super supportive. They know that Mom works late a lot, and they support me. And my daughter, she's very big into competitive gymnastics.
I've noticed with all the posts on Facebook.
Yeah. And she, she goes to gymnastics near where the new school is, and she's looking forward to being able to walk over to gymnastics. And so that's, a little perk for her, if you will. Got to find some silver linings, and that's definitely one for a big change coming. But I will tell you that when I told her the news, she paused and kind of stopped to process.
She's not going to be a Raider.
Yeah, and she said to me, Mom, I've grown up at Navarre High School. Like, she has been at Navarre High School since she was almost 2 years old.
Wow.
Walking the halls, there on Sunday nights before school starts on Monday, and I'm there till 8 o'clock at night, and she's writing with a permanent marker on sticky notes and slopping them all over the wall. And I'll never forget, when she was little doing that. And Charles was working at the ER and, in Crestview, working the night shift, and so she's with me at the school. And so she has grown up. She's summer, she takes her scooter up and down the hallways of Navarre High School.
Are you supposed to say that?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all
Safety,
good. Yeah.
Insurance.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that.
So it's bittersweet for sure. And I told her at the end of the day, you can go to either high school. Like, you want to stay and go to Navarre, you are welcome to do that, girl. Like, you will be in great hands no matter where you go.
Well,
so
I look at if you stay in education long enough, it's kind of like the military. Eventually, if you want to move up, you're going to have to move. And so you guys are used to this with Charles and his military career. Yeah. And all I know is, like I said, the same thing to Brian Nowak. We truly appreciate the effort that you have shown to all of our kids. I mean, because Brian got to see my kids, both of them, graduate.
Yep.
And but we're going to – hopefully you will not be a stranger in the future.
Won't. I'd love for you, whenever I'm ready to occupy the building over there, I'd love for you and Brenda Kay to come.
Most definitely.
Marty can come too, and Bob, and
Most
we'll give
definitely.
you all a tour.
We've added Marty to our team, and he's only going to be a bonus for us.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
what he's doing with the Legacy Athletics and
Yes.
what we're doing now is simply amazing. And look what he's done to me so far. He takes no credit for it. He said, Bill, you're doing all the work. Yeah, but without your guidance, it always takes a team, because team stands for team. Everyone together.
Yeah. Together, everyone achieves more. That's right.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Side note, I really appreciate what Marty is doing for the community, because he's found that little sweet spot of where there was a need. And I truly love and appreciate that our athletes, whether it's athletes for Navarre, athletes for Golf Breeze, athletes for other schools, like, I appreciate what he's doing and the opportunities that are available. So our athletes get what they need from our coaches, but they also can have this enrichment through his, his business.
And it's not just about sports. It's about creating leaders,
Yeah.
new leaders.
Yeah.
And like I had a young man, a freshman, come up to me the other morning and says, made a little dissension in the locker room. And he goes, Coach, he goes, how do you resolve this? I said, well, first you got to find somebody that can relate to both sides. And then you're going to, like a mediator. And that person's going to have to bring both sides together. And if it does, if it works right, you guys will work it out.
Yeah.
And he was very appreciative. And it was Rylan Maple, and I actually used to work with his dad. He was in the military as well. He's retired senior, and his wife is a retired officer as well.
Gotcha. How special that he felt comfortable bringing that up to you in the gym, and you're able to give him advice and help him in that moment.
I appreciate that. Like I said, with Brian, we hate to see him go, but we wish him nothing the best, and we're going to do the same for you. We're going to wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for coming on the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. Hopefully it won't be the last time.
All right, I'll be back.
And thanks again.
You're welcome. Thanks, Bill.
Good to see
you.
That was Navarre principal, Casey Winfelder. She'll be the new principal at Soundside High School, the Hurricanes, coming up starting in January. First semester with students will be next fall in 2026. We're going to go ahead and head out for a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have Seminole Bob interviewing new head Navarre Raider basketball coach Todd Aerosmith here on Irish Mill Sports and a Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishMillSports.com. The hustle isn't named after anyone, not after a designer, definitely not after a mythological god. It's not about stripes or ranking or status. The hustle is real. The hustle is about you. So keep in mind when you're repping and rocking Hustle Hard USA streetwear, you can tell all the onlookers that this mark, this brand represents your hustle, your grind. You put in that time, that sweat, that pain. Now it's up to you to show them all what you got. Win or lose, the hustle is real. Go to www.hustlehardusa.com, and I can guarantee you will not be disappointed.
We're back at Buffalo Wild Wings here on a Wednesday night. That good-looking guy right there is the new head basketball coach at Navarre High School, Todd Aerosmith.
That's
Did
correct.
I say that right?
That is it. Yep, you got it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's always good when you follow the boss.
Yes, Ms. Winfield is a great leader.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, man.
You're from the Midwest,
I am.
understand.
I was born and raised in Nebraska.
Okay.
I'm a Cornhusker. Went to the University of Nebraska. And then after that, I lived in Kansas City for about 18 years. And then we moved, me and my wife and our family, we moved down here to the Florida coast and have been here since 2018.
Todd comes to us from Gulf Breeze High School, where you were an assistant, I understand, on
Yes.
the varsity.
Yeah.
Is that going to be weird when you play? I mean, it's home and home, right?
Yes, we played them twice.
That's got to be weird going back.
Yeah, December 16th, it'll get here quick.
You've already got the day.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey.
No, those guys.
He didn't just fall off the turnip truck. He circled the day.
Those guys, I told them when I was leaving, I'll be their biggest fan except for the times that we play them. And those are some great people over there. Coach Ottenmeyer, Cobb, and Coach Green are great guys. And we're still friends. We talk all the time. It's going to be weird, on that night. But, you know, it's not really about us. You know, it's about the kids and our communities.
Absolutely.
So.
Everything is always about the kids. So first impressions at Navarre, you've been here, well, started the school year, I assume. Well, before that.
No, yeah.
You had summer camp.
Yeah, you know, my history with Navarre is actually when I first moved here, I took a year off of coaching, and then I started actually as a volunteer assistant with Coach Posey in Coach Posey's second year. I was there for a couple of years before I moved down to Gulf Breeze. And, you know, I got hired in April, and I came and we had some open gyms so I could watch the kids a little bit. And then this summer, you know, my last day of teaching – that was my first day with the kids officially in any sort of capacity. And we had practice, and we started on June 2nd, and we went pretty hard all June, and you know, we had a good summer.
I followed y'all, and you're a very smart man. You use social media to your benefit in a positive way, and you know, I just think it's terrific that you do that. So tell us about your team a little bit.
You know, we got a good core of kids coming back from last year's team. You know, there's a lot of talent there. And I think the thing that I watched this summer is just letting them play. You know, a lot of times, you know, depending on whoever the coach is, you know, there's certain ways that coach wants you to do things. And I think it's been a learning process a lot this so far. And the kids have really adapted, and that's the thing about kids. They're resilient. It doesn't matter where you are. They're going to be, you know, they want to play hard. They want to, you know, they want to impress you, right? So we've done a really good job as a staff of kind of, you know, creating a framework for them to have some success. And, you know, this year we had a great schedule. I'm excited about them. That core group of seniors that had a lot of experience, They've hit the ground so far this school year in our workouts and things like that. You know, we lift weights 4 days a week. We shoot every morning.
Awesome.
You know, we're in the gym all the time. So they want to win. They want to compete, and you know, that's the thing that as a coach, you never want to have to like plead kids to come to do those things. They show up. You know, so it's been awesome.
Tell us about your staff.
You know, I kept the guys that were there. I have my varsity assistant's going to be Greg Boozer. He's like a pillar in Navarre High School. He's been great for the transition for me, being able to kind of learn more about the school because he's almost like an institution. You know, he's been there for so long. There's so many people, knows all the ins and outs of how the school works, and it's been a great asset to me. Our JV coach is Frank Veers, and he's moving up from the freshman level. He's like me from the Midwest, so we have that same kind of mentality about athletics, and it's been a good mesh so far. And then our freshman coach is going to be Coach Jones, who coaches with the football team right now, Jamie Jones. He's an infectious personality. I love Jamie. He does workouts with the kids with us, and you know, he's really like a big kid at heart, but man, he really pushes those guys, and it does a lot. As a staff, it's just another connection that we can make, and his relationship building is awesome. So, you know, I looked at kind of the numbers that we have coming in, and, you know, we have – it's called Home Campus, and we can look and see how many kids have signed up that they're going to try out for basketball or want to try out for basketball. We have 118. And
no kidding.
The excitement's there, and the message has really been, you know,
that's got to be
fun. It's daunting when you think about it because, you know, it's a cut sport, and you can only keep so many kids.
Certainly a credit to the program too.
No, like I think, and you know, we've tried to create some excitement. You mentioned the social media. That's something that I love, and I try to always focus on our guys.
What do you keep? 15 on each team?
Give or take. You know, we try to. You know,
45.
45 is probably the high end. But, you know, we'll probably be somewhere around 40 for a group. And, you know.
And that's fluid. They move up and down.
Yeah. And, you know.
Based on what you see.
You wish, you know, some states, and the girls program has the 6-quarter rule. And that would be something I think that would really benefit our high school programs, in that you can take a kid that, you know, is just that fringe varsity JV kid and let him go play 4 quarters on a JV game. And then, you know, if we're doing really well in a game and we can get them in a varsity, it's just it allows them to gain some experience against different competition that, you know, right now we just don't have that in our state, but other states do. And, you know, so we're kind of like, you got to find what's the best fit for each kid.
Now, football has this 6-quarter rule.
They do. Football has it.
What does basketball have?
Not for boys basketball. It's you
wide open.
And no, it's you're on the varsity team. You can play 4 quarters a night. So like girls basketball, because their numbers have gone down so dramatically due to other sports and things like that, kind of becoming more popular. They've instituted that rule to allow them to be fluid between each team.
So a kid can only play 4 quarters
at night. Yep. So
a night.
Yeah, but you can't split it though. You can't split. You can't
like
say
football can.
Yeah, I can't go like in football. A kid can play 3 JV, 3 varsity. You can't do that. It's you're a varsity player, you're a JV player, you're a freshman player. Now, we can take kids like if we don't have a freshman game that night, then freshmen can move up and play a little bit. But yeah, kind of we're limited a little bit there. But we adapt and that's what we do.
How is basketball in Florida different than basketball in Missouri where you coach?
You put me on the spot.
Or is it?
Well, I'll say this. Every place is different.
Yeah.
I'd say there's the high-end talent in Missouri.
Yeah.
When I was in the Kansas City area, I taught at a school.
Where were you?
Lee Summit is what it's called.
Okay.
And, we had 3 high schools, but in the time, Drew Lock was on our team, and he's a quarterback in the NFL. And he was a special player, and he had scholarship offers to every school in football and basketball.
Oh, wow.
He was just a tremendous talent. But in the time that I was in Kansas City, we had 13 kids in that area that went on to play in the NBA. And you just don't see that here, but you have NFL talent here. There's kids like Navarre's had NFL players come through. Pine Forest has had NFL players come through. So it's just football's king in the South, right? So in Missouri, basketball has a little bit more cachet to it, whether it's St. Louis or Kansas City area or even down in the Springfield area. But the kids here are tremendous athletes, and I think we have a benefit here because we get an athletic period during the day where up north that's not something that they're allowed to have. So the training and the skill development can help us a lot more to bridge that gap. When I was down at Gulf Breeze, we played a lot of teams from out of state. At their Christmas tournament, we would have teams from Tennessee come down, or we played a team from Cincinnati, and we held our own every time. So they're kids, right? It's competitive.
Different look.
Yeah, it's just it's the goal.
It's only going to make them better. I've always thought. So what kind of style do you like to play? Do you like to play wide open? You like to play controlled?
I think any smart
coach. You play in your face.
Well, any smart coach is going to look at your team and say, like, okay, we got to play to our strengths, right?
Right.
The non-negotiables for us, and it's something I brought from when I was up in Missouri and I brought to Gulf Breeze, and it's a saying we have. It's called guard, value, board. And those are the 3 things you have to do every night to be successful. You have to guard the basketball, you have to value the basketball, and you have to rebound the basketball. If you do those 3 things well each night, you have to give yourself a chance.
That's James Naismith 101 right there, baby.
You got to make sure that you got to do those things.
Got to protect the ball. Yeah. Dickie Vitale.
We talk about it all the time, and that's one of the things. Like we try to, we grade our shots. Okay, is that a shot a good shot or a great shot? And we want to take great shots, and that's part of the value aspect of it. So, I like to play fast. I want our kids to get up and down the floor. I want to. The name of the game is to score, right?
Right.
But you got to get stops to win games too. So some of the things that we talk about is that the more stops you get, stops equal runs. So the more runs that you have in a game, the chance you're going to be successful. So, we're trying to figure that out right now. This summer we played real fast. At times that looked good, and at times it was a train wreck, to be honest. But we're learning. Yeah, and that's in the summer too. So you just let them play and just kind of watch and you evaluate and see where you can find some strengths that you can capitalize on when it really starts to count.
And frankly, the teams that you play in the summer aren't going to show you.
No, I mean you don't even know. Like we didn't have
do you
all
play
of our
regular court or do you play side court?
Yeah, we play
regular basketball.
We played at UWF on their main floor.
Yeah,
we played at Pensacola State College on their main floor. And we're playing first game we played was against Catholic. We were fortunate enough to come away with a win there. We had some really good, impressive wins and some games where it was like, that's not good, but we figured it out.
Great segue. Who's in your district?
The district hasn't changed, so it's still the same 7 teams. It's the last 2 years champion is Milton, and they're still in our district. We have Crestview, Tate, Gulf Breeze, Pace, and Niceville.
Yeah.
So it's, and the way the schedule works is you don't have to play all those teams. And when I got hired, a lot of teams already had their schedule made, so we were trying to fill some spots. So,
right.
We only play 3 of those teams on our schedule this year due to schedules being full and coaches getting hired at different times. So,
it's not required.
No, not in the state of Florida. Not anymore. It used to be, but
used to be. Yeah.
Now you can just kind of schedule whoever you want. You don't have to have a single district opponent on your schedule if you wanted, which is wild to me.
Destin football does that.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out their class. They're class 1, right?
They don't play anybody in the season in their district. It's not required.
Yeah, so they'll find out in district time.
Yeah,
and
well,
time.
that's.
What do they have a district? I don't
know. That's another segue. I'm good friends with Kevin Craig. Kevin coached at Fort Walton.
Okay.
Won a couple state titles there. Won a state title at South Walton.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin and I go back about 40 plus years. He liked playing in those Christmas tournaments, the local Christmas tournaments.
Yeah.
He liked playing the out-of-town teams.
Sure.
He wanted to see.
Oh, it's just a different brand.
But I'm sorry, I've reffed a lot of basketball, and I've watched a lot of basketball. It is a different game.
Sure.
I love girls basketball much more the way Naismith drew it up. Right?
Yeah, that's. You
but
learn a lot watching
boys basketball. I mean, it's
fast.
You better have you better have referees that are athletic because it's going to be a freaking track meet.
When we played teams from Tennessee, that was like they didn't care about defense. It was get the ball in net and go as fast as you can, and you'd be like, oh, this is wild. Like, there's a couple teams that we played a couple years ago. Bradley Central was one, and they were a phenomenal team. Teams from like Cleveland, Tennessee, and then you played against a team from Ohio, which wanted to grind it out. They had that blue collar, like, rust belt, like they wanted
Big
to fight
10.
you. Yeah, and you're
not
just
a
like,
foul unless you
what
bleed.
is this?
Yeah,
So
right.
it teaches your guys that you have to play certain styles, and it was good for them.
Tell us about some of your players.
I don't want
off the top of your head.
Well, our senior class, there's kids returning, like we call them the kind of the core 4, the guys that had experience: Jaden Johnson, Colt Brond. Now you're putting me on the spot. Aiden Jackson and JT. Those 4 kind of like they played varsity basketball last year, so that's really valuable to me going forward because they've been in the fire. They know the speed of the game. The success wasn't there, but at least they got that experience. We have a good junior class coming in to kind of supplement them. I'm really excited about the whole program as a whole, to be honest. This summer we had, I think, 30-some freshmen that were in the gym with Coach Jones and one of our volunteers. And just watching that group here, it's like if they stick with it, this program has a really good future because they have good size, good skill.
You said I made a good choice coming.
I didn't know. I didn't know anything but scouting Navarre. You'd see like what they had, but there's the sub varsity teams the last couple of years have kind of struggled, but you find the right mesh of things, and sometimes.
So you've been a head coach before, so being a head coach at a program is not new to you.
Well, to be honest, I've never really had the head coach moniker.
Okay.
We've when I was at Gulf Breeze, Coach Ottenmeyer gave me tons of responsibility.
Right.
And I'm always going to be thankful for that because he let me kind of grow and use some of the things that I know.
Right.
And try them out to see if they worked, and we had a lot of success there. And
you did.
And the two of us, people were like, "I can't believe you're leaving," and it's like, nothing lasts forever, right? So we had a lot of success together, and the things that I can bring go beyond, I think, beyond basketball, and that's what you want as a coach. You want to be able to inspire kids to make an impact, and through all the things that I've talked to people about, it's like. You just want the kids to be the best versions of themselves.
Good for you. I love your enthusiasm. I think it's tremendous. I think it's going to benefit Navarre. You have the same energy Mrs. Winfelder has.
Yeah, she's a great lady. And
I still call him Coach. Coach Murphy is fantastic.
Yes.
He helps us out in a lot of big ways and small ways.
No, he's a great guy,
So we're glad you're here.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited.
We're glad.
Yeah,
And good for you.
October
because
27th is tryout day, so we're the time is ticking, and we've been talking to the guys about how important the next month and a half is.
You know, when you show exuberance like that, don't you want to play for the guy? Like, I'm 65 years old and I'm ready to put on shorts and go be a power forward.
Hey, let's go do it. You know, we need some size. You big? How tall are you?
6'2.5",
hey,
but
you might be the tallest guy on the floor.
I got a pretty good set shot, but
there we go.
You know, that's wonderful that you're here.
Well, I appreciate it.
It's a great place to raise a family.
Navarre.
All four of mine went through Navarre High School.
You know.
And while we're primarily football, I follow basketball. I strung for the Navarre Press at times in the past, so that's where I met Miss Winfelder with Casey when she was girls basketball coach.
You know,
tiny little office.
I don't want people to know this. I coached football for a long time, but my wife told me you had to focus on one. So about 12 years ago, I stopped coaching football. She's like, you're gonna get a divorce if you keep doing this.
You know, it's funny you should say that.
No, I don't. But I'm out of the coaching game for football. I like to stay on the sideline and watch.
Coach Bagley,
I know.
not so much.
He's
but
doing a great
his
job.
predecessor, Coach Walls,
yes,
would not allow you. He has a couple of coaches. I think one of his coaches coached softball.
Okay.
Or did.
Right.
And a defensive backs coach, and you weren't allowed to talk anything during football season.
Football's king.
And it was serious.
Pays
I
the
mean,
bills, right?
even off we were, drinking our water and eating our wings here at Buffalo Wild Wings. By the way, I'm Bob Grant. That's Todd Aerosmith, the good-looking guy, much younger than me, probably young enough to be my son.
Hey, no.
But, I mean, and Coach would say, we're not supposed to talk about softball. I go, we're off the air, Coach. Relax.
No.
I just asking.
I'm excited for Friday. You know,
we love Coach Walls.
Yeah.
We love Coach Walls. Well, we're glad
Appreciate it.
You're with us.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And much love to you.
Appreciate
we'll be at your games. I'm trying to get Bill to do basketball.
If he could do a broadcast of basketball,
I love basketball.
That'd be great.
I
Have you all in the gym.
love basketball.
Get that place rocking.
And use the community and NYSA and the YMCA and give love to all those teams because, I think Boozer coached girls basketball years ago.
Yes, he did.
And we had a YMCA night when I was YMCA director here. And we had YMCA night.
Yeah.
They had NYSA night like another game.
Sure.
But the kids got in free if they wore their jersey.
Yeah, all that stuff's in the works.
Do they drive? No. Their parents had to take them.
Yeah, that's right. And
what do kids like at games?
Concessions.
They like concessions. Win-win, baby.
That's right. We like that.
So they loved us and Scott Murphy's been very generous to us over the years, both the YMCA and Irish Bill Sports. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
I'm one of your biggest fans now, man. I love the energy.
Let's go.
I love I'm ready to go, man. Yeah. I'm ready to shoot the rock.
Let's go.
Right?
Let's go. Put it up. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much. Our coach, Todd Aerosmith, the new head basketball coach at Navarre, and we hope for a very long time. You love the energy. You see it. It's going to transmit to the kids. So thanks again. All right, let me bring my partner back in. Irish Bill. Man, oh man, I'm ready to play for the guy. I'm ready to break through a wall for that guy. I love it. Todd Aerosmith.
Hello, Kool-Aid. Oh, remember the Kool-Aid guy busting through the wall?
Oh, yeah, man. Who was it? Eastern Michigan tried that, running through a brick wall, and their players couldn't break this. Fake
Running
brick
through a
wall.
brick wall or rowing a boat for PJ Fleck.
No, it was a real brick wall at Eastern.
No, at Minnesota, it was rowing the boat.
Yeah, true. But they couldn't.
So it was good interview.
Oh, man. I'm ready to go, man. Coach.
We're gonna have to go some basketball games this fall.
I want to broadcast some basketball games. Dribbles
Okay.
down, right wing, shoots the three. It's good. Raiders take the lead. 0.07 seconds, and the Raiders win.
Yeah.
The Raiders win. So, see, don't you?
Well, you see a young man over there at the counter, over at the bar.
Yeah.
The young man's name is Lonnie Ennis. Lonnie and I were stationed at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base back in 1985.
The one at the bar with the good-looking woman?
Yes.
Okay.
Lonnie and I have known each other for 40 years.
Shut up.
He got stationed down here. He works for the school system here. And,
Okay.
As far as in their sanitation area, he was in charge of that as far as for all the school maintenance and everything. And he was a services guy in the Air Force. But we actually went to I told the story real quick with Marty. Is we actually went on spring break together, him and two other guys, and we went to Myrtle Beach. So it's good to see a guy that I've known for 40 years and living down here in Navarre.
You know everybody.
I've been here a while, 34 years.
Yeah.
But great show. We already talked about the high school. Now it's time to flip the page and go over to college. I literally just flipped the page. And our picks last week, like we said, Marty won last week. You took the high school. Marty took the college, 28-2, almost as equally as the present, but not quite as your 28-1.
Yep.
I went 26-4. Joe 25-5. You 25-5, and Paul bringing up the backside 24-6. Anyways, our games this week, we got one Thursday night game. The Wolfpack heading over to face the Demon Deacons. Marty's going with Wake Forest. The rest of us are going with NC State.
What is he drinking?
I have no idea. No idea whatsoever.
They are the home team.
They are the home team.
NC State, man.
Yeah. But so the rest of us going with the Wolfpack. Friday night games, you have the Sycamores of Indiana State going to Indiana. We're all going with the Hoosiers at
I
home.
wonder if that's the first time they've ever met.
Could be.
Yeah.
Colorado at Houston is kind of a toss-up. Marty and Joe are taking Colorado. Bob, Paul, and I are going with the home team in Houston. Kansas State lost to Army last week. They're playing the replay of the game right here. 24-21, I think, was that score last week. And so you got that game. Kansas State at Arizona, kind of a split game. You and I are going with the home team, the Wildcats. Wildcats. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Who used to say that? Remember that movie? Goldie Hawn. She played a coach in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were the Wildcats.
Wildcats.
But so we got a battle of Wildcats here. Kansas State at Arizona. Joe, Paul, and Marty sounds like a group. Sounds like the Beatles. They're going with Kansas State. You and I are going with Arizona.
Paul, Ringo.
We have a Paul. Well, I don't know if we had a Marty.
Ringo.
Because Marty, we know Marty. Dead weight!
Marty, wait! Marty, dead weight!
Anyways, now Saturday games, we got Texas A&M going to Notre Dame. We're all going with the Irish at home.
Really?
Yes. Everybody went with the Irish. So may luck be with the Irish. Clemson going to Georgia Tech. Clemson off a tough bout with the Troy Trojans last week at home.
I was gutless. I couldn't pull the trigger.
Marty did. He took Georgia Tech this week. The rest of us took Clemson. Central Michigan, the Chippewas going to the Big House to take on Michigan. We're all going to Wolverines at home. A great game. Vanderbilt at South Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that nobody took Vandy in this one.
You know, it's surprising. Has South Carolina played a game that they haven't had a delay in?
They had 3 weather delays last week.
Yeah. And the week before, too.
Yeah, so we're all going with South Carolina in this one.
Okay.
Oklahoma at Temple, no contest here. All going with the Sooners. Wisconsin heading to Tuscaloosa for a tough one.
Let me back up. Is their quarterback for Oklahoma
Mateer.
Mateer?
John Mateer.
Just like from
There's a tear in my beer.
No. From remember the Titans? Wasn't his name Mateer?
I think so.
Well, it may be pronounced the same. Anyway, is he the best quarterback right now in
He's
college?
probably playing as one of the top quarterbacks so far this year. A transfer in to Oklahoma.
Right. True that.
So, unfortunately, Brent, I know you're a University of Wisconsin grad. You're an alum. I can't pick you at Tuscaloosa. We're all going with Bama at home. I know.
I think Wisconsin will cover, though.
I do, too. 17.5 point, actually 19.5 point spread. I think Wisconsin will cover the spread. Oregon.
Well, let me back up. What will happen to Paul Feinbaum and the Alabama faithful if Wisconsin pulls the upset?
Ooh.
Holy roll tide.
Well, last year, Alabama, you guys like to say that. Actually, when Alabama came up to Wisconsin last year, they knocked Wisconsin's transfer quarterback out of the game, and he didn't play another down the rest of the year.
Right. That's right.
First game this year against Miami of Ohio, transfer quarterback gets hurt on a non-contact play, and he's out now. So the Badgers are already down to number 2 quarterback. Going into Tuscaloosa, that's a tall task.
Yeah. Probably good that I picked Alabama.
A man of many words right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, now we got Oregon going to Northwestern, going up to Evanston. It'll be a little cooler on Lake Michigan this time of year. Oregon had their way with Oklahoma State last week, 69-3.
Yeah, they did. And you heard what –
I heard they kind of ran up the score.
Well, you heard what Coach Oklahoma State said.
What's that?
Well, basically, they should have. They're a good team. Oregon may be the best team in college football right now.
They may be. They're going to Northwestern. We're all taking the Ducks on the road. Quack, quack. South Alabama going to the Plains to face Auburn. Andre Spence and his South Alabama Jaguars. We're all taking the War Eagles or the Tigers or whatever they're being called this week.
Plainsmen.
The Plainsmen. We're all going with Auburn.
The Schizophrenics. Yeah, I don't see Auburn having a problem here.
Arkansas going to Ole Miss. Could this possibly be Sam Pittman's last year at Arkansas?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I like him.
I like him as well.
But liking
doesn't pay the bills.
No.
Okay, so we're all going with Ole Miss there. Villanova going to Penn State. Who scheduled this game?
I was about to say a bad word. Heck of a basketball game.
Yeah.
Definitely. Not much of a football game.
No, Penn State all over Villanova in that one. USC, that's University of Southern California, going to Purdue. It's a mighty fine band, but they don't have much of a football team.
And they're both in the Big Ten, right?
They are both in the Big Ten now. So we're all going with the Trojans there. Georgia at Tennessee. You go with the Vols at home against everybody else that's going with the Georgia Bulldogs on the road.
Do you really think Georgia's going to win?
I do. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Because, for once, Gunnar Stockton has not proven to me yet that he can win a big game.
Heupel?
Tennessee's tough at home. 100-some thousand faithful. Rocking the river just outside. Could the goalposts go down the river once again? Remember that with Alabama?
Yes.
And they couldn't find it for days. They went down the river. So everyone's going with Georgia except Bob. He's going with Tennessee. Oregon State at the best team money can buy this year, Texas Tech. We're all going with the Red Raiders. Navarre alum, Red Raider alum, Tommy Leggett.
Mm-hmm. But he graduated, though, right?
He did.
Where's he playing?
Not playing anymore.
Okay.
Sometimes
that's a good thing.
Iowa State heading to Arkansas State this weekend. We're all going with the Cyclones after their big win over Iowa last week.
Why don't they play at the end of the year like all the other rivals
I know.
do?
What's up with that?
Oh, and you know what rival game we didn't choose, and that's okay.
You and I can pick it if you want.
We can.
What do we got here?
The Backyard Brawl.
The Backyard Brawl, which is?
West Virginia.
And Pitt.
I'm going to go with Pitt.
I'm going to go with Pitt as well, as Rich Rod has not gotten the Mountaineers playing up to his level quite yet. But that's just between you and I.
Yeah.
So if we tie, we both went with the same team, so can't really.
Well,
anyways.
Backyard Brawl. So we got two rival games. Well, Iowa State was last week.
Yeah, South Florida going to Miami, 17.5-point dogs. I think they'll cover. Do I think they'll win? Not this week. They're going with the U in this one.
What happens if they do?
What would they come off the field with the upside down U as they're walking off the field? No, I know a story. Remember Matt Cronin that pitched for the Navarre Raiders years ago, play for Arkansas, national title. His first visit down to Texas, he's a closer. They beat Texas. He walks off the field, horns down, as he's walking. It did not make the home crowd very happy, and they actually wrote an article about it in the local paper down there. But
not a smart man.
Good South Florida going off the field with an upside down U. Or would it be like this?
That's what Coach would say. That's why they play the game.
That's why they play the game. So we're all going with Miami in that one. Ohio, the Bobcats going to Seabus to take on the Buckeyes. No contest there. Western Michigan, they're going to take on the Fighting Illini. And Burt Bielema, who's remember the movie Airplane?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and he's getting larger. Burt Bielema, I think every time I see him, he's larger. But he's one heck of a coach.
You remember McLean Stevenson, who was the colonel on MASH, right?
Yes.
Right. He always wore the big eye. Hawkeye would say, "He's our colonel. He's the one."
Hawkeye was Iowa, right? He was from Iowa.
No, that's Radar.
Radar, that's right. Way to set me straight, Bob.
He's our colonel. He's our colonel, pear-shaped body, wearing the big eye. Illinois.
We're all going with the Fighting Illini at home. Mm-hmm. Florida at LSU.
Man, what time is that game?
Ooh, let's look it up.
Oh,
here.
it's.
I think it's a 2:30 or 6:30 or I don't know. There's a big difference whether it's a night game or a day game in LSU because if it's a night game, that gives those students a chance to mix it up a little bit longer. But let's look that one up here real quick.
Mix up, yeah.
That could be a fun.
LSU's beautiful campus. I visited there one time at FSU away game. Just really pretty.
I've went through Baton Rouge a couple times, but I never stopped for any reason because I'd never had a reason to stop. Well, the first time I was coming back from basic training, I was going to tech school at Biloxi, so we stopped, and this was July in Baton Rouge. We stopped at the mall, and you know how hot it is in July in Baton Rouge? Really hot. But anyways.
I made the mistake of
still waiting for that to come up.
I had great seat, 50-yard line.
Nice. How far up?
Right behind the FSU bench, maybe like 3 rows. So it was hard
That
to see.
that was kind of hard to see, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, whenever my phone decides to come up, I'll let you know the time.
I made the mistake of going to the bathroom at halftime on the home side.
Ooh. Wearing Florida's colors?
Garnet and gold.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Not very well.
No, it was like a few years ago when Brady and I went to the Notre Dame-Florida State game, and Notre Dame ended up winning in overtime.
But you were in the skybox. I don't want to hear it.
But no, it wasn't during the game. It was
yeah.
walking back to Brady's apartment.
That's right.
To the car, and both of us wearing Notre Dame colors. And
we weren't very nice.
It was the dad. He goes, "Dad, just shut up. Don't say anything."
We weren't very nice.
No, they weren't very nice to us
sorry.
on the way back to our car.
And Brady didn't even go to FSU.
No, he went to FAMU.
Yeah.
He got his master's from FAMU and everything. So, but we're all going with LSU nonetheless. Long story short, or short story long, whichever way you want to look at. Utah going to Wyoming, up to Laramie, Wyoming. We're all going with the Utes. You know the two Utes.
Utes. Is Utah the second best team in college football?
Could be.
Yeah.
I love their coach.
Yeah, I do too. Willingham.
Kyle. Whittingham or something like that. Awesome coach. Then we got Duke going to Tulane. You have the battle of the brains there.
Brain Bowl.
Marty, Paul, and I are going with Duke. Bob and Joe are going with Tulane, the Green Wave.
You got to have a certain IQ to even play the game.
The Green Wave. Now we got Texas State going to Arizona State. Fresh off an upset loss last week, Arizona State. We're all going with Arizona State to get back on the winning side. Then we're going to finish it up with the home game for the University of West Florida Argonauts as they face the Shorter University Hawks.
From Rome, Georgia.
Very familiar with Shorter, as Brady played his first 2 years at Shorter. And we were very short on wins in those 2 years up there.
But he got a good education.
He did. Then he moved on to Miles.
Yep.
He must have got smart enough to know that he needed to move on. And he did. And he got two.
Did you put any pressure?
I did
you
not.
And Mama?
That was all on him. He made the decision. But so there's our college games. Like I said, Marty 28-2 last week. I was 26-4. Bob and Joe 25-5. Paul at 24-6. So the only way to find out how we do this weekend is to tune in next week, Tuesday at Culver's. Wednesday night right back here. I'm sure we'll have the Raider coaches hopefully talking about a Raider victory.
Yeah, buddy.
Coming up this Friday night as they host Mosley.
We'll be up on the roof.
We will be up on the roof. I haven't looked at the weather yet, so let me see if I can pull up the weather. Oh, there we go.
Wasn't very nice the last time we were up there.
Look at that. Friday, sunshine all day long. Hopefully all night long, too. But for their first official home game.
Yep.
But
Yep, Mosley Dolphins averaging 50-something.
Wow.
50-something.
Impressive on both sides of the ball is Mosley, but they did give up 41 points to Rickards last week. So the Raiders are going to have to put on their offensive shoes, not their offensive shoes, but their offensive shoes this week and secure a home victory against the Dolphins.
We usually play well after a bye, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we did win the bye last week. Just like Notre Dame, we won the bye last week too,
Florida State
and
we
moved up one spot from 9 to 8. So
I still think Florida State's a little too high.
Do you?
I do.
I know what's East Texas A&M Christian Baptist School or whatever they were last week.
Yeah. Guess who we play the following week?
Where are you at this week? Kent State.
Kent State.
Kent State.
You're sharp, man.
I try. But once again, I want to thank Principal Casey Willenfelder for coming on and joining us.
How did that go?
I thought it went really well.
Yeah, she's good. I saw her.
She controlled it.
She can. She can bring it.
She can, and she
She
did.
can bring it.
But
I said that you know I have a big mouth, right?
No.
I'm 65
No.
years old. People knock on bathroom stall doors like Coach O did last night.
Have you went back and listened to the show? I want to go back and listen because that was a pretty good exchange between me and Coach O, wasn't it?
It was Coach O. Oh God!
And you know what, folks? You may not believe this, but we don't script any of that at all. It just happens, and but it sounds like we actually scripted it because it went that well, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But what we've been doing for the last 3 or 4 years since Bob's been on the show with me is he does a very good Coach O impression.
How you doing, Bill?
So what he does is he leaves the seat so you cannot see him on the camera, and we say that Bob's off doing something. Coincidentally, they never seem to pass either. I don't know how it is, but Coach O always seems to end up on the show.
It was
and we have a really good conversation.
Coach O, look, knocking on the stall door ain't going to make it go faster.
That's right.
Lord have mercy.
That may stall it a little bit.
I don't have very many pet peeves in life. I'm really, ask Kirsten, she may not say that, but I'm really to get along with. But you knock on the bathroom door when I'm in there.
That's just going to delay it. I'm sorry. That's just going to delay it.
Oh, you didn't go there. I did. But, yeah, we have fun with that. And it's – look, if you can't laugh at life, just –
I laugh more at myself than I do anybody else, to be honest with you.
I find a lot of joy in making people smile and making people laugh.
And then that's all we try to do on both of our shows on Tuesday and
we
Wednesday.
We talk good sports and we have fun.
And we have fun doing it.
And if you don't like it,
well, still come back.
We need it for the ratings. No, I'm kidding.
I honestly don't care how my ratings are, but I do appreciate those that do tune in every Wednesday and Tuesday nights. And my good friend Jonathan Ferris checking in from, I think he's from Pratt. He's living up in Prattville now. Yeah, I hope you're having a great week. Miss y'all. We miss you. Jonathan helped me out one time over in Tallahassee.
I remember that.
He lived in Monticello, and he came over and he helped me do a game over there. And I was thankful for Jonathan and for doing that. And he does a little podcast every week and does picks and everything. So follow Jonathan Ferris. He's out on X as well. But thank you, Jonathan. Always been a good guy to me, and we appreciate you.
Hey, Jonathan, whatever picks I made, pick the opposite, especially in college, because I don't know what it is about college. I can't get it.
Well, you go to college to gain knowledge.
I don't know. But listen, I'll run it through a brick wall with Coach Aerosmith now.
Oh.
Woo!
I'm going to have to go back and watch that because
Scott Murphy.
I normally don't go back and watch most shows because I live them. But when I'm not doing the interview, I always like to go back and watch the shows a little bit.
I watched it on the drive home, or I listened to it. And
hopefully you weren't driving while you were watching it. Kirsten was driving?
No.
No?
No, seriously, I was at a red light as state troopers are waiting outside Buffalo Wild Wings. I critiqued myself. Like last night, I was so bent over looking at numbers. No, that's not how you're supposed to broadcast. Look in the freaking camera, Grant. So I apologize for that. So I do. I'm my toughest critic.
So my question for you, Bob, was Grant buried in Grant's tomb?
Yes, he is.
Okay. See, only here where you hear history and sports and a little bit of nonsense along the way as well.
Green Acres is. we've had a lot of fun. I mean,
Oh, we do.
Coach Winfelter. Well, yeah, that
Yep,
was
she
one
was
of my
coach,
first
basketball
articles
coach.
I wrote. Yeah, she was girls basketball coach, and
Most definitely.
she was a tough. She was a tough coach.
Well, you know those Iowa gals, they're good basketball players. I mean, look at the one that's in Indianapolis right now, Clark. She hasn't played the last half. This is Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
She has basically turned WNBA into a talk about league now instead of a talk about
she
league.
Can shoot the rock, baby.
That she
Good
can.
God.
And don't let her shoot from the logo. It's going in. But, anyways, we wish the Raiders all the best this Friday night. It's time to get off.
There.
It's time to get off to Schneid now, and you'll have the best view in the house if you can't make it out to the game, because we'll be on top of the press box, bringing you Navarre Raider football against Mosley on Friday night. Pre-game at 7:00. The kickoff slated for 7:30 is the first official home game for the Raiders, not being played at Gulf Breeze. So the Raiders are looking to get off to Schneid this Friday night.
Unless you got 1 foot on the deathbed, get your butt off the couch and come support the Raiders, because it's greater
to be a Raider.
Amen.
And for this Wednesday night, for Marty, Seminole Bob, Irish Bill, Principal Winfelder, and Coach Aerosmith, I want to thank you all for logging on and watching tonight's Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show from Buffalo Wild Wings in Navarre. We hope that you all have a blessed rest of your evening, and we'll see you Friday night out at Bennessee Russell.